if I put out that, like, one person's gonna like it.
Same here.
Wait,
I never
we're not even friends on
Like
Facebook.
I have a people.
But there were people I didn't even know.
Like
You should, CO. If you put up what college you're going to, everyone will like it.
no, the
Yeah.
thing.
No.
That's as good as a wedding engagement, honestly.
No, it's not.
It's huge. Yes.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't believe it.
When she decides.
I didn't. I was like, I don't even know your middle name.
We're
I was
live.
doing this. Ow. Ooh.
Our place where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care.
Woo! We are Our Place Out Loud. We are putting on our headphones, ready for action. Woo!
Like
Yes, I am
super
Louise
rare.
Palanker. I am your lovely and captivating host of Our Place Out Loud. This has been the worst pre-show ever. I hope you missed it. It was really, really bad. It was chaotic. It was all over the road. We were testing Skype. There were alien attacks. There were people. There was like a little bit of a bar fight. There were bottles. It was bad.
Yeah, Keo
Sorry
flipped
about
Is everyone
Ryan.
okay?
Yeah, Keo flipped
Yeah.
Ryan into a corner, and then it was
Keo
bad.
flipped Ryan into a quarter. The worst thing that happened was Jakey took Ryan's phone. He took it out of its case.
Yeah,
He put the
that's funny.
case down so that
Let's-
Ryan thought his
yeah.
phone was right in front of him. Then Jakey took the phone and took 1,000 pictures of the desk. And then when Ryan touched his phone and his phone was like,
Not in the case.
not in the case,
And it's a rubber case, so I just like squeezed
he
my
squeezed
phone.
his phone and its phone disintegrated like into thin air. There's not enough headphones for anybody. For everybody. Anyway, we're all here. Jake's here. Maddie's here. Rory, Ryan, Kimute, Co, and Olivia. So it's a pretty full house of kids. And no one ever gets to see what the floor looks like here. And trust me, you don't want to. But Trish is currently weaving headphones. It's like a Survivor challenge. Is
It
really the best
is.
way to describe it.
watch
And at
Survivor?
the end, there's going to be a puzzle that she needs to put together. I do. Do you watch it?
Wasn't talking.
How cute is Jeff Probst? Could we just go there?
So
Those
Let's
dimples.
go
He
to
has his
shout-outs.
own show.
I
now.
did
Oh,
Tomorrow.
shout outs. Shout outs.
Nice change of subject.
Ryan?
All right, so
Very
we got our
cute.
shout outs today. We got Autumn 11, Isabellana 58, and wait, did I go dead? I can't hear myself.
no, I can
All right,
hear
okay.
you.
Isabellana 58, Anna Magus, Ann Olivia, Breeze, Sports Rule, K again, Ann Olivia again. Wait, what? Oh, okay. There's Blood Rain, Wolf Hidiam, and Smiley Face. Yeah.
Yay!
People posted a lot today, like,
was-
again, so I usually just go through and read the usernames, and then people were, like, asking questions about if they can request post shoutouts for everyone, like anyone else. So let me clarify. You can request shoutouts for other people. Just type their name, though, because when I'm reading through it, I tend to just read everything that's there.
Right.
And if you just have a sentence, I'll start reading your sentence, and then I'll be like,
yeah,
what?
it's the only way it can be done, realistically speaking. Olivia has an important announcement to make about her future.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to be moving to Boston because I'm going to Emerson.
Emerson, of course, is the alma mater of the great Henry Winkler. So
And
you know,
Howard Lapidus.
and Howard Lapidus, and you will be walking in the footsteps of giants.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it, you can't bring one of those, rollies because it won't roll.
Nope.
Giants make big footprints.
There was
So
a-
you're gonna need,
That's
gonna
where you
need-
were going with.
I know. I didn't really have a joke,
There
but
was
what
a-
I'm saying is it's all about the tablet anyway, right? Go ahead. Who had Ryan?
There was a really good documentary called On the Shoulders of Giants.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Is it on sports?
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Who
It's,
knows me by now?
it's-
This girl.
It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's basketball. It's what we saw with our school, and then he was there talking, and I wanted to ask him a question, but I was too scared.
You met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
No, because I was too scared.
Well, if you were on the shoulders of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, how
I'd-
tall would you be?
Okay, well, he is, if I'm not mistaken, 7'1",
Mm-hmm.
and I am 5'7",
Mm-hmm.
I think. 5'8". No, I'm 5'8" or 9. So it'd be like
Do the
13
math.
feet in the air.
I'm
12
not
feet in
good
the
at
air.
math. I just
Ooh,
know
I'd
that you'd
fall.
be very tall. All
I'd
right.
also be shooting skyhooks.
Any other announcements? Any other excitement going on the panel? Oh, Ryan has an announcement?
Okay, so if any of you guys know what the Triple King Challenge is, it's Fat Burger's Burger Challenge, where they stack 3 of their extra large patties on one burger, and I did it on Saturday. I'm so proud of myself.
Which technically means that you have binged. It's
I have
not good.
binge eaten.
I'm not a fan of eating contests.
I did.
Jakey?
That
I
gives
don't
me
know if camera
anxiety.
works, but I did a math thing.
Oh,
Yay!
I won the
That's better than
AMC
eating.
10. It means I got the highest score on a math thing in my grade or something. Yay!
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have like a victory pose that you do when you get up there?
No.
You should,
I got
you should
a
work on
pin,
like a
though.
math victory pose. How badass would that be?
It should be something like
contort your
this.
body. No, you should
No, let me
contort your
demonstrate,
body
let me
into
demonstrate.
pie.
Or something.
Jake, I
like,
can demonstrate.
What, go to Ryan.
Be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure if you
Oh,
can see it. There
Jakey,
you
I have a
She
really
went
good.
off the muscle
I have a
memory
really good
shots.
math victory pose.
What?
Greater than.
go. Ah.
It's clever.
Okay. Yeah, it's good because it's clever. Okay. So Olivia was a big fan of the first question, and so I'm going to throw to her immediately. Although maybe, can I just say one thing before I throw to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because it is my show. All right. It's your show, too, I mean. I wish I was the moon writes, Hey, Wheezy, I have a Taylor Swift concert on Friday. Woohoo! What should I wear and or bring? Thanks for all the help. I love you.
Greater
Okay,
than.
here's what's adorable about this. I have no idea. And she should know me well enough to know that I have no idea. And it's adorable that she thought I might know what one should bring to a Taylor Swift concert. I would say, bring a long list of boyfriends to break up with and write songs about. But I don't know what to bring other than yourself and your happy feet because you're going to dance and you're going to smile the whole time. When you're at the concert of someone you love, you realize like halfway through that your face is exhausted because you have never stopped smiling. But I'm going to throw to Olivia because she knows what to bring.
Okay, so I've been to a few Taylor Swift concerts because I went through a phase.
Love.
I'm still in that phase, but I kind of recently got off the Taylor Swift train because she's been really just upsetting me. Because I feel like she feels every emotion like
She
really
does.
intensely. Like she
Oh, yeah.
never
You know what?
learned to regulate.
You know, and you know what's proof of that? She doesn't just tell you things once. She is never, ever, 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 ever. I mean, like ever, getting back together.
Like
and
ever.
This guy, the new guy, trouble, 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 trouble. We get it.
Yeah.
We heard you.
He was trouble. He walked in and you knew it. Like that's the whole song. It was right there.
Yes.
Trouble.
So
I understand. Go.
yeah, it was that. And then she got on my girls Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, which was just not okay.
Did you see my blog about that?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
even know you had a blog.
I kind of have a Tumblr, if that counts. But
Whoa,
here's the
whoa.
thing. I went off on Tay-Tay because...
Oh, she went off on Tay-Tay.
First of all, she gives credit to this quote to Katie Couric when it was Madeleine Albright who says there's a special place in hell for women who don't support women. Well, she writes songs about these guys, and they don't get to express their opinion about the relationship. She's the one expressing her opinion about the relationship because that's her art and that's her right to do so. Well, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey have a right to do their art, which is write harmless little jokes for an award show. They were expressing their art. She is not supporting those women. There's a special place in hell for the Tay-Tay. That's my point.
Wow, that was.
I
I
went
feel
there.
like everyone. Yeah. Well,
That was-
I'm not going to say I don't agree. That's that.
Am I too harsh?
May I?
What did they say about Taylor Swift? Do you remember?
All they said was stay away from Michael J. Son.
Michael J. Fox's son.
It was harmless. They said, hey,
I just
Taylor
didn't hear
Swift,
it.
stay away from Michael J. Fox's son. That's it. I
Ma-
would have smiled and said, I'm totally
He's
going to
too
marry
good
him.
for
He's
you.
adorbs. You know, just laugh. It's cute. If someone said that to me, I would be on the floor laughing. If I was even ever in a Tina Fey joke,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's
honestly.
such a compliment. What's your name? Ryan.
That is my name.
Yeah.
May I give some male surface level Taylor Swift
Sure.
input? Can't we all just say stuff and that's it? Like, can't she sing and they talk and she respond and they respond and no one judge them?
Right. All my point was like, if you get to sing about these guys, why don't they get to joke about you? Why? How?
Well, they
yeah.
do, and they did.
Yeah.
And then she responded, and she's
By
allowed to.
using the word hell, it's kind of hard.
Well, you used it.
I did. But I was just quoting.
No, but then you said there's a special place in hell for Taylor Swift for using that quote.
I meant it. I meant that facetiously because there's no place in hell for anybody
Okay.
because there is no hell. Taylor Swift is great. She's just a young person figuring out who she
Alright.
is. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, obviously goddesses. Madeleine Albright, who, for writing that line, brilliant, love her. And Katie Couric for being smart enough to quote it and cause Taylor Swift to believe she wrote it. Wonderful. Yay,
But
women.
in the words
I'm
of the
excited.
Beatles, why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? It's not the Beatles.
No.
Not everyone has to be
I
friends.
know.
It's
I know
okay
that.
to
I was
not
gonna
like
see how long it
people.
took you guys to get that.
I have to sing it before
were
I
you?
realize it's not the Beatles.
Well, the
'Cause,
answer.
no, I've done stuff like that before.
Love is
too.
the answer.
Love is the
Love
answer.
is the answer.
And the answer to what you should wear.
Oh, back to Taylor Swift. Hey, we love you. We know you had a moment. And if everything you ever say to anyone is like in the spotlight at 22, she's cool. She'll be fine. 888-531-7171. Before I throw to you, because you haven't said your opinion yet.
No.
So when you're done, would you please toss over to Maddie? You can't quite see her, but she's right there.
I believe that she's there.
Okay, go.
For a little patriotic little outfit.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
Whoa.
They're pretty cute.
No, so what I wore to my first Taylor Swift concert is I curled my hair, put them in pigtails, got those big clunky glasses, made a Junior Jewels t-shirt, and for all the signatures on the shirt, I wrote the names of her songs instead, so it looked like a whole bunch of people signed it, but they didn't. It was me. And then I got flannel pajama bottoms, and I did my thing, and my best friend did the same thing, and we went, and it was a blast. Then for the second time I went, we got sparkly dresses and cowboy boots, and we curled our hair also. And those were good experiences, but don't make a sign or anything like that because they will take it at the door.
Oh, my
Because
God.
people paid a lot of money for their seats, and if you put up a giant sign, you just wasted someone's $400.
I'm going to
you
put
should
up
feel
a
terrible.
giant sign that's a window.
My
Yeah.
favorite sign is this guy who I don't know what game it was at, but he had a sign that said "The guy behind me can't see." And
That's so awesome.
But it's like someone just like actually paid like $400 for those seats.
right, and you're
and you're
blocking
ruining
them
it.
with a sign. Maddie.
So this is more of a what to wear kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because I'm assuming because this is now like
Right.
I know that her most current album is called Red. I
Red.
think. Is that correct?
Ooh, good
Yeah,
thought,
you
good
just
thought,
wear
good thought.
red.
So
and
just
you're
Would you
wear
fine,
lend her
curl
your
your
scarf?
hair.
Wear red.
Yeah.
I could lend you my scarf, but I
And
don't
what's
know
so
where you
exciting
live.
about now, Maddie, is that people can actually see that you're wearing a red scarf, whereas in the olden days
Oh, that's
of our place
right.
out loud, they'd
Yeah,
be like,
it's red. It would have been like
liar.
yellow.
Purple. It would have
maybe?
been purple.
it's black.
Everything
Purple.
was purple or pink.
Everything was purple, and then
Yeah.
black was like what color?
Purple.
Everything.
But
Everything
wear
was
red to Taylor
purple.
Swift concerts. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
so
really a good
That's
idea.
my best advice for what to wear.
And what to bring. I mean, I guess you
A
should bring.
camera.
Is there going to be a song where everybody just kind of
Yeah, you bring your cell phone.
A
you bring
Taylor Lautner
camera,
doll.
in the camera? Yep.
And that's really
And you're
it.
good.
If you bring more than that, it's probably going to get stolen.
Or you have to lug it
Yeah.
everywhere. And yeah.
That happens.
Not
But
good.
bring like $100 because you're going to want to buy stuff.
$100?
Okay, a shirt is around 35.
Tay-Tay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh my goodness.
I would just go as far as to say that sometimes even a camera is a lot if your phone has a camera, because like you're
But
not
it's
going to be
a
taking.
good camera.
I know,
on
but
your
you're not going to be
phone.
taking like extremely artistic pictures. Chances are you won't be taking like intense like photography pictures, and like just from going to events, whether it be sports or concerts, like I've learned the less you bring, the happier you tend to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, just like in terms of like stuff being expensive at places, she's totally right. Like at Dodger Stadium now, a water is $5.
Yeah, everything's expensive. You may want to bring like a really nice big puffy scarf because if you're cold, you can put it around you. If you're not cold, you can take it off. I mean, they're really handy. They're not as like cumbersome as jackets and stuff like that. And the other thing is like flash photography will not light up the stage. You are too far away from the stage. Turn your flash off and you'll get better photographs. The stage is already really lit up.
Yeah.
And cameras nowadays are pretty good. So no flash photography. You don't need it. All right, moving on. This question is from Squidge. I have bullied someone before, and I feel terrible. I regret it, and now I want to rewind and not do anything wrong. I am hurting myself because I feel like I need to because that is what the victim feels like. What should I do? Maddie.
Apologize to the person you bullied because I mean obviously she's feeling. I'm assuming it's a she, is feeling regret and guilt. So I mean I feel like the best way to solve that is to apologize. I might be wrong. That's
Right.
usually
You
how
know,
I
it's
solve
like
it.
it's like two wrongs don't make a right. So hurting yourself doesn't unhurt the person you hurt. The only
Yeah.
thing that unhurts the person you hurt is making it right with that person. If you feel like you can't talk to that person, that they don't trust you to talk to them, write them a note. They may never talk to you again, but your job right now is to just get this off your chest and to just say, I was growing up. I was taking out some of my pain on you. It had nothing to do with you. I'm sorry for everything I said. I didn't mean a word of it. And then you'll feel better. But don't hurt yourself just because you want to experience the pain That's twisted thinking, I would say. Keo.
I mean, really, the only it's already in the past. The only thing you can do is another action to try and make it better. So talk to them and say that you're sorry. And I mean, it feels good because I've bullied someone before and then apologized. And
Yeah, thank you for that because you did hurt me.
yeah,
It's really mean.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah.
it's like hurting yourself isn't helping anyone. It's not making anything better.
Exactly.
So do something to make it better.
Rory?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just going to say that, hurting yourself kind of makes it more about you. You're kind of just pitying yourself in that moment. And, it's not about you if you're feeling bad for another person. It's about them. So
Wow.
maybe make it a positive thing.
You should go on Oprah and say stuff
I
like that.
should go on Oprah.
'Cause
I
she'll
should
be like,
replace
"Aha."
Oprah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm better than Oprah. I just said that.
Take it back.
Rory.
Take it back.
Never.
Take it back.
Oh. Yeah,
Can we get this
It's
guy off
already
the show?
out there.
Can we get this guy off
Blasphemous.
Everyone gets a Boeing 757, not a car.
Olivia.
Yeah, no, I was going to say something in the same vein is that you're making it about yourself when you're doing that, and that's taking away from what you want to do. I mean, you're just using this person as an excuse. So that's not fair to them either.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's almost like maybe bullies say and do the things they do because they do hate themselves. And they want to have more of an excuse to hate themselves. Like, yeah, who would like a person that says and does these types of things? So that's all of that kind of thinking is just like really destructive, counterproductive thinking and actions. If you want all your actions to be productive and to contribute to the good in the universe, to be part of the solution, not adding to the problem, you wounding yourself just creates another wounded creature who goes out, and the next time you can't hold on to your feelings any longer, it will hurt the next person and then hate yourself even more. So it's just repeating the cycle for you to hurt yourself. So even though it may seem, in your mind, you may have said, it feels much easier to just hurt myself than to have to figure out how to apologize to this person. Because now we're asking you to do something really hard that involves, as Rory said, and as Olivia said, another person. So I don't care what you have to do to get this message across to this person, but that is the only thing that's going to heal this situation. Ryan?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've in my short, young lived life, I've learned a lot about stuff like this, and just because I've gone through a lot of things similar to this, and I think the best thing to do is to, like everyone else has been saying, confront them and apologize. I guess confront's not the right word, but go up to them and apologize to them. And the only thing is that I would disagree with your example apology is that I would take out the idea of saying that you were growing up, because even if it's not meant to be an excuse. It's meant to be more of an explanation. Mm-hmm. Honestly, when I said it to if I said that to someone, I'd be more like, I have no excuses. There was no reason for me to do anything like that.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry for it. And I'm sorry if I hurt you. I understand if you don't want to talk to me anymore. But, and you just have to be totally like, I understand. There are no excuses. Because I think a lot of times if someone's already hurt by something and then you end up saying, oh, I was growing up, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, it's just an excuse that they were growing up.
Yeah, they were like, I was growing up too and I didn't hurt anyone,
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, very good. All right, next we have, I included this because I don't like to really include anonymous letters. I like to just include the letters from the people that in the rest of the courtyard, because almost everything that comes into Ask Wheezy is anonymous, P.S. So it's really hard to find Ask Wheezy questions to use on the show because almost everything is anonymous, which I understand. That's why they go to Ask Wheezy, is to be anonymous. But this one was really good because I thought it had an interesting dilemma, and I wanted to hear. I had an immediate reaction to it, and I wanted to hear what your guys' reaction is to it. Okay, so last summer, this guy moved where I live from Washington. My aunt introduced us, and I like him a lot. The minute I looked at him, I liked him. We started getting close, but then something happened. He kissed my sister. My little sister. I was really hurt, and he apologized and everything, said he didn't mean to, and he would do anything to make it up to me. We still talk. What do? I don't want to like him again, but I don't want to get hurt. Help. All right, the dude kissed her sister, and Ryan.
All right, being a guy, I do know that just because okay, the thing is, you guys were close, but he wasn't dating you, and from what we know, there was no exchange of yeah, we really like each other. I think it was just kind of a mutual feeling, but it wasn't really put out there. So, assuming that it wasn't out of line, that your sister wasn't 4 or something, you know what I mean? As long as it was within line about him kissing your sister, I don't think there has to be an issue with that. And I don't know, I feel like yeah, it might not have been the smartest thing to do, but like as a guy, given the opportunity to kiss someone if you think they're attractive, you probably will, just like as a teenage guy.
Right, but to me, this is scorched earth. You cannot marry a guy who kissed your sister. Ladies?
This isn't marriage.
I know,
though.
Yeah.
but is she going to date a guy? Is she ever going to forget that he kissed her sister, Maddie?
Well, I think it really depends on the ages of the people in question here.
Yeah.
Because how old was this girl and how old was the younger sister? Because that kind of depends on how.
To me, it's like not
out
even
of
about.
line.
It's not
Well-
about the ages. It's just that you're going to have to
Well, I mean,
forget.
I guess.
They can be friends. They can
Well-
certainly be friends, but
I really do think that it depends on the age and the context. Because if it was like. I mean, it depends on how this kind of kiss with the sister happened. Because when he says accident, I'm not really sure what that means. Accident? Well,
oops,
yeah.
I
mean,
tripped and my lips fell onto yours.
I think he meant
Yeah.
it wasn't I wasn't thinking much
Yeah.
about it.
But I mean, it looks like that he does want to make it up to her, and maybe he really actually doesn't have feelings for the sister, but he does for
But
this
wh-
girl.
But what if the sister has feelings for this guy and
Then-
it's her sister? So it's so complicated. Okay, Olivia,
It is
and then
complicated.
Sio.
I just feel like this isn't that much different than like if a guy got with your best friend. Do you
No,
know what
it's
I
not
mean?
different at all. It's
So
not
I
different.
mean, I don't know. Like, if it's just a kiss, like if it was really just that, and it was like, okay, bye. After, and like you talk to your sister, and you're like, was there a feeling? Was that a thing? And she was like, no. Then it's like, cool.
How can a kiss not be a thing? I don't.
Because
Depends on the
honestly,
age.
it really could just be nothing.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Sio.
The teenagers concur.
I don't think that I would continue to feel as attracted to a guy who kissed my sister because
Well,
I would
there's
just
that.
feel like, I mean, I'm not good at, like, you could have done that to me and I would have had no problem with it. So like, why didn't you kiss me instead of her? Like, why did you do that? I was there. So it's like, and I mean, I'm also really, really extremely picky about guys only liking me. I understand.
This kid cracks me up some. Okay.
Well, I mean, I understand that there's going to be like, oh my God, other people are attractive, right? Because other people are attractive.
Other people are plenty attractive.
I totally get her.
Good job.
That was the test, and you passed.
No, I understand
It's
that.
like other people are not attractive.
Please
There
don't
is
hit
no
me again.
one.
I would never hit someone.
Oh my God, there's so many traps that he could step into at any given moment.
His
Ugh.
mouth just stays shut.
It's a very perilous world he lives in. Okay, go ahead.
So
But yeah, I mean,
would just, and also your sister, like, I
That's-
know that
see.
I've kissed someone, and I know, like, I've just said, oh my God, it's not a feeling, but then it's like, oh, but it is because I enjoyed kissing someone. So then if they get with someone else, I'm like, okay, they're better than me or something.
it doesn't mean that down the road they could certainly date, and
I don't
she could certainly they could laugh at it. I guess, Q.
I wouldn't say that it can't work, like no way, but it's definitely like making things difficult for the whole situation.
For the dude, in terms of ways to blow it, this is way up there.
Yeah.
Well, but
Maybe
Yeah.
he's just trying to date sisters, Wheezy.
I mean, you're talking about like, yeah, ways to blow it, and Olivia was like, yeah, it's like a guy getting with your best friend if you're dating, but you're not dating. He didn't have anything to
They
like
weren't,
blow it with.
but she
But,
likes
I
him,
get
and
it.
she
I-
would like to date him.
But
I
there's plenty
agree
of
with
people that
Sia.
I've liked and would like to date, and it just doesn't work out because they're not into me, and that's just the way it is.
But the way she's phrasing this is,
He apologized.
I don't want to like him again. I don't want to get hurt. She obviously that's a girl way of saying, but I do like him.
Well, I know, but even if like if a girl like me and I kiss someone and then they were like, even if it was her sister, and then they were like, but I really like you, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, what do I do? I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, and that's just like,
To me, like even though Olivia and I agreed on like it would be the same if it were the friend, yes, but also no.
I mean, sisters for life.
Oh my God, sisters are for life. Yeah, Maddie.
Unless you kill her.
whoa, it's your second gruesome joke
Don't do
today.
that.
Still for life.
Plot twist.
Just a
Okay,
short
Maddie.
life.
Anyone who says I don't want to like him/her again, but I don't want to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the answer to this is, okay, so if you feel like you can kind of emotionally prepare yourself for the answer to that, like if you can ask a person, do you like me, and not get hurt if they said no, then ask him, and then you can still like him again and not get hurt. But if you can't do that, then don't like him again.
But is she ever, let's say he does like her, and let's say he kissed the sister accidentally, is she ever going to get the mental imagery of this guy kissing her sister out of her mind?
That depends on her.
Yeah.
And how close she was with her sister, because if they're not close
But
at all.
See, Maddie, to me, that's like a non-issue because they should be close. And if this boy is going to make them less close, because what counts with sisters is almost not childhood. What counts as sisters is adulthood.
Yeah,
that
I don't
person
have a
needs to be
sister.
your best for life.
I'm pretty sure, like, I don't really understand that because I have a brother and we are, like, the least amount of close siblings can be.
Yes, but wait, because my
Probably
husband
not,
and his
please.
sister are so close.
How is that possible?
You'll see.
My
You'll see.
brother's my best friend.
It depends on who Benji becomes as a man, but I'm telling you, it doesn't matter boy or girl.
He started driving last week and I'm terrified. Terrified.
Well,
Then drive to his house when you guys are adults, and he won't have to drive you there.
I understand.
point.
Kimute.
Okay, well, two things. First, I think there is some kind of understanding that they like each other between the two because he apologized and said, I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why did he say that if there's nothing and, like, it's like, oh, I wasn't
That's a
going
good
out
point.
with you.
That's a good point.
And also, you guys are saying, like, you shouldn't like him if he does this or that. Is it that easy to just not like someone?
No, it's not that easy to not like someone, but it is easy to say to your rational mind, this guy will kiss anybody who comes near him, including my sister. Because it's such bad judgment if he likes her. Olivia.
All right, I'm changing my answer.
Okay. I knew it was a good one.
But, okay, I mean, and this is why I'm changing it. I feel like, yeah, maybe you could get over him kissing your sister if it was just a kiss and that was it. So I'm keeping that part, but I'm changing this part.
Okay.
If you don't want to like him again and you don't want to get hurt, means that you have even more reason to believe, other than this, that he will hurt you. So why do you want to continue this with this person? If you, like, have a feeling that he's going to hurt you, that feeling's probably right.
Maybe he's just the best guy friend to have, and he doesn't have really good judgment yet about how not to ruin things for himself. And so keep him in that
No,
category.
but then you're gonna like him.
Oh, okay. All right. So Ryan, sorry, judgment call on my part.
That's all right.
I kissed somebody's sister. It was bad.
Yeah. No. So, give me a second here. I totally lost my train of thought, but it's coming back.
No,
to
I just think just gave me
Oh.
a note.
I remembered.
Howard hates it when I say what's on the notes. There was a personal note to me about that I was doing the show very badly. So that's all we're laughing at. Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
So, I mean, yeah, part of it is just that, like, everyone has this rational part of their mind, and a lot of times our feelings make us not want to use it. I'm not sure if this is going to be a clear example, but I feel like it's a good example.
Okay.
Like, there's an internship I'm looking at this summer, and one internship will be much more fun for me, and one will probably may or may not look better on my resume, but again, that's my not rational side speaking. My dad thinks it'll look better on my resume. And like, there's this part of me that wants to rationalize and like find ways to say that more fun one is the better one because I want to have fun. But ultimately, there's a part of me that knows that it's not the right decision.
Okay.
And so, like, I think that you need to just think with your rational mind here and say, as much as you might be attracted to him or like him, if you recognize that it's probably going to come back and bite you, you need to make the choice that's going to serve you the best in the long run.
That's a good answer. And you know, does he deserve to get to date you right away so quickly after kissing your sister? Like, maybe this guy needs to get frosted for like at least a year. There's consequences to everything that we do, every choice that we make, whether or not it was an accident or whether there's some things that are just such huge mistakes that there should be huge consequences. So I would keep this guy at a distance, and that's my advice. I think you heard what everyone on the panel had to say, and you can make your decision accordingly. We are at 888-531-7171. I'm Louise Palanker. We are Our Place Out Loud, and we are going to go to a question from Forever Alone. Now, she posted this throughout the app. So I think she really wants an answer. And the question is kind of long, but who would like to read it? Because I'm kind of sick of my own voice. Ryan?
I would be happy to talk more.
All right.
So, my BFF and I were texting, and things got a little weird for me, considering she's straight and I'm bi, but she doesn't know. So anyway, we were texting, and she said, "Too bad we were only pretending to be lesbians, because your mom wouldn't have to worry about disliking your girlfriend." Then 2 minutes later, she said, "If we were lesbians, we could get legally married, have children, and then we'd be able to raise them awesomely. Ugh, why aren't we lesbians?" She claims to be straight, but after sending these, I was thinking she could be bi. I mean, at school, she would hold my hand, touch my thigh and face, but she says she's not a lesbian because I know she likes this guy. But I need an opinion. Do you think she could be bi, and how do I ask without being too straightforward? She doesn't know I like her, and this is making me depressed and knowing I can't have her. I was thinking she wouldn't be bi because she told me there are a lot of bi girls in our grade, and started talking about them. Would this mean she's probably not bi?
And then she wrote again.
Wait,
Ryan, so
where's
keep
this one?
going.
Oh, is it the next little thing?
Yeah.
Our place. Hey Wheezy. I asked you this question yesterday about my possibly bisexual friend. But anyway, I have a quick question. I'd like to ask her if she's bi, but I'm afraid she'll lie to me from embarrassment or something. And IDK had to bring up the convo. It was awkward bringing it up, so how could I? And how do I get over a broken heart if she's not? Thanks.
All right, so I have an opinion, but I'm going to go straight to the panel. Olivia?
Okay. I think maybe it could just be curiosity, because if she was talking about like other bi people in the grade, it's now like kind of on your mind, and at this time you're like, what am I? And maybe she's just trying to figure that out.
But she, in the texting, like, if only we were lesbians, if only we were lesbians, if only we were lesbians. Come on.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian.
Well,
I think. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Hands are going up, Kyo.
I would say I would tell her that I'm bi.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that'll make her more comfortable if she is to tell you.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
she
gonna
might
say.
sense that you are, and she's maybe waiting for you. Because she's saying things like, it'd be so cool. So she's like letting you know that I think lesbians are cool and that there's nothing wrong with being lesbian. Ryan?
I think that just elaborating on what Keo said, if you open up like that and say something to that extent, it'll make them more comfortable sharing whatever they have to share with you. And so sometimes if you want information from them, you have to give a little information. I don't mean to sound like manipulative here, but if you share information with people, chances are you're going to get some information back if there is information to be shared.
Like I always tell parents, like if you want your kid to talk, just say, hey, when I was your age,
Right.
I had this one heartbreaking experience, and then your kid's like, oh, well, my dad's a person or my mom's a person. I'll tell what's going on with me, because it just opens the door to that. And also, she's like, you could say like, it was so cool to see you text that because one day, because I am bi, and one day I may want to raise a child with a female companion, and you just made me it made me feel so much better to know that you would think that would be a wonderful loving home in which to bring up a child, and you just made me feel so much better about myself without admitting to her that you like her. You're just admitting that you might be spending your life with a woman, and that may be your choice, Maddie. One sec, Ryan.
I actually have a story that's very similar
Okay.
to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who is bi, and she saw this girl who she didn't know if she was lesbian or bi, and she wanted to know because she liked her.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked me how to ask, and I said, well, be honest with her, which is pretty much what we've been saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so she told me what she said when she came back, and she said, well, I said that she said, look, I really want to be honest with you, and I'm bisexual, and I like you, and I wanted to know if you were also bisexual. And then, yeah, they ended up going out. But anyway, so that's the story.
Happy ending.
Happy ending. So
Yeah.
I think that would work if you were just really honest with her.
Yeah, she's dropped a ton of hints, in my opinion. Kyo.
Usually people, like, if you want someone to be honest with you, you kind of have to be honest with them, because it's like if they feel like you're not telling them, or you just want the information, then I mean there's like a little bit less trust and a little like with that information, especially if it's something.
And the hard thing about being gay or bi is that most kids live in a world where it's assumed that you're straight unless it's said otherwise. And if your parents don't know yet, it's even harder to flirt with someone that you sense may like you, because if you're flirting with somebody of the same sex, it may get around the school and it may get back to your parents. So it's like a tricky thing and everything. But if you feel that there's some sort of energy that's transpiring between the two of you, you're not the only one who's feeling it. But in order for her to fully confess or admit what she's feeling is that she is really picturing, raising a baby with you, or she wouldn't have typed that. That's my opinion. But you have to admit to her that you're bi. And just because someone says that they like a guy or have a crush on a guy, oh my God, gay kids say that constantly before they're ready to come out. They're constantly telling everybody who they like of the opposite sex. It's a total front. That's what they do until they're ready to come out. Rory.
I was just gonna say that, and she also ended it with saying, "How do I get over a broken heart if she's not?" And that could happen too. I mean, everybody
It
here
happens to
thinks
straight
that
kids
she's
too?
lesbian, but I mean, there's a chance she might not be. But yeah, it happens to everyone. And if it happens, it sucks. And prepare yourself for it, and it'll make you stronger in the long run.
Yep. Seal?
But also, if that happens, I don't think you guys should not be friends because of that. Like, I think it's really important to keep that friendship since you guys...
Yeah, don't take it personal.
Yeah, exactly.
Q?
Just quick, I don't think that you're not gonna not get over it, or I don't think you're not gonna.
We
it's
all
not
get
gonna
over
ruin your life.
You think
I
you'll get
mean,
over it?
Yeah.
Right. I have so many gay friends who will tell me oh my God, I was so in love with my best friend, and I'm sure in the moment they thought they would never get over, but that just was just like part of teaching them who they were. Liv?
Especially if she's like not bi, you really can't take it personally because you can't turn someone. So I mean, it's not about you at all.
I know, but I don't think this is about taking it personally. It's just about not getting what you want and feeling really hurt. Like you can't picture your life without, like, you loving this person and you want that kind of romantic love in return. Finding out that someone's gay, it doesn't always like say, okay, I'm not heartbroken. It doesn't always work that way.
No, I know.
Yeah. Ryan?
I was also going to say, you were saying that, they were giving all the hints about, when they were texting it to you. And I agree with that. But what you were saying about, a lot of people will say that they like someone of the opposite sex until they're ready to come out with it. Also, if they are straight, they will also say they like someone of the opposite sex. So I don't think that's like the right thing to judge it by.
No.
Because
some people are just annoying about that.
No, but like what I'm saying is like if you if someone's wondering if I'm gay, bi, or straight, and I say that I like girls, and then I say that there's a girl I like, it's either because I'm lying or because there's a girl I like, and I don't think it's any more likely one or the other. But I don't know, maybe see it.
No, it's 90% that you're straight and you like a girl because 90% of people are straight and like the opposite sex. What I'm saying is, it doesn't just because in her post where she said I think she's straight because she has a crush on a guy. I'm saying that doesn't necessarily mean she's straight.
Right, that's true.
That's all.
90% of people are straight.
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's wrong.
I think that's too high.
I think it's weird. I think that you should like.
Yeah, I was about to say I think a lot of people are scared to come out, and that number's too high.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll have to do a survey, won't we?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that.
That'll work. Yeah, everyone tells the truth on surveys.
At my school, they actually do. They did a survey. I think they do it every 4 years, so they get the whole school in there. But I know it's just 1 in a million. But they do a survey. I think it's every 4 years, and so they did it. I guess I'll get it when I'm a junior. But it's like all these questions. It's fully anonymous, and it's like do you do drugs? How often do you do them? And it's also like what are your grades? And it's like it's just like to learn about people, and like it's all these different questions. Are you sexually active? And like it's people answer.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a high percentage of people that said they did drugs and weren't like hiding that.
Sounds
because
like
nobody knows who they
Or,
are.
or you just screw with them and I do drugs. Isn't it funny, guys? Little guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, people at my school are actually fairly mature about that kind of stuff. It's like, but yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
I don't know. That wouldn't happen at your
not
school.
very
would it?
Sure about doing those drugs.
What? No,
All
no.
right.
What do you say? I want to know.
What are you mumbling over there, Rory Stillman?
I said you got to be mature about doing those drugs.
Yeah.
He's got to pull up to the metro a lot an hour before school, and
Doesn't
everyone's
sound
there.
right.
You have to use drugs responsibly. Only when your parents aren't looking.
My grandma asked me to do drugs with her if I ever want to. So
Oh
I'm
my
not-
God,
that's
your grandma's a
cute.
hippie. Oh my God.
She also said that when she was a kid, there was only one kind of clear-cut weed, the good kind.
Is your grandmother Jane Fonda?
No,
What's
she's
happening?
Maxine Benston.
Oh, all right. So was she a hippie?
I don't know. I think she was a partier back in the day.
All right.
A little on the as much as I would hate to say this, a little on the less.
She burned her bra, didn't she?
I think she was a little bit
She burned her
slutty.
bra.
a little bit.
It's funny when you find out that that older people, that you just kind of assume that older people are conservative, but it's funny when you find out that they were like these like total radicals.
My
And like
mom was
because like if you picture like the 20s, you think in the 1920s that was a billion years ago, but like people in the 20s were like totally radical. The flappers and prohibition and everything.
Dorothy Parker, God,
Yeah.
she was so cool.
The
Totally.
Prohibition reminded me when they made moonshine during the Prohibition, which
Yeah.
was like it was makeshift alcohol that people would make.
Yes.
Like, well, I'm just explaining to people who don't know.
Okay.
My physics teacher, we're in class, and this has come up a bunch of times, but he said stuff like, one of the girls in my class brought up that her sister's boyfriend blows glass, and he was like, "Oh, does he make
That
bongs?"
is
And she's
cool.
like, "Well, yeah." And he's like, "I figured so. Every teenager does something illegal. My kid makes moonshine, and he sells it at school."
What?
And this is like our
What a
physics teacher. I know.
boss.
He's so
Dang.
cool. Though.
Olivia.
Oh, that is.
So I was in the hallway with a bunch of friends, and like, I feel like the English teachers and we're homies. I mean, they're like the only people who sit with me at lunch, and I'm like, Sir Freedy, J Surge, you guys are the best. And those are their Instagram names
Okay.
because they follow me on Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was sitting at lunch with a bunch of my friends. And we were waiting for my friend to find out if she got into Syracuse, and she did. So good. For
I want
her.
to go to Syracuse. Sorry.
And so we were just joking around, and we were like, I bet you guys all go out to drinks like after work. And then like we made day drinking jokes, and they were like, yeah, it's funny. And so we tried to guess their drinks, and we got everyone accurate.
Only in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a story like that.
So we were trying to guess their drinks, and like it was pretty good, and we were we was pretty spot on. And then one teacher, Mr. Glover, came around, and no one could figure it out, and I had a really bad headache, and I just was not in the mood, and I wanted this game to be over, and I just said tequila shots, and he had to walk away because I was right.
Ooh.
I had a. Sorry, I'll make this quick. I know
Okay.
we're like telling a lot of stories,
Yes.
but I
You
was
need to give advice eventually.
okay. So my math teacher today in math class, I didn't have my book, and we were just working on some of the
How
extra
dare you.
problems because a lot of the people were absent, so we just like worked during class. And he has his book on his iPad, so he let me use his iPad. And the girl next to me was like, and he's the most socially awkward person ever, my teacher. And the girl next to me convinced me that I should take a selfie and make it his background. So I did. And of course, when I go to his photo album to change it, the photo prior to my selfie was like a bunch of different alcohol containers just like piled up, and I was like, well, that's not what I expected from the most socially awkward person I know.
Okay, Olivia, hold that story. We have to give advice.
Okay.
This is a really good question from DWall19. Okay, Jakey, we're moving on.
From the
DWall19. Does it mean that I am a player, which he puts in quotations,
Hell yeah.
if I go
Wheezy, we skipped one. Wheezy, we skipped one.
I'm doing this one now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I just want to make sure I get to it because I really like it a lot, and we're going off on a lot of tangents. I'll come back to that, and you'll help me remember.
Okay.
Does it mean that I'm a player if I go on 2 dates with 2 different girls and they don't know each other? He is, and then I put in so people would understand more about the situation. He is 19. He took a 19-year-old and a 21-year-old separately to coffee, and a lot of hands are going up. But people in the app were like, even Jenny, who's the wisest person on earth, were like, well, it makes you dishonest, but. Let's try and remember what grown-up dating is.
Yeah.
Ryan.
It makes you normal because my
Yes.
dad is my parents got divorced like 6 years ago, and my dad is on J-Date, and he's gone out to multiple dates with multiple different people in the past little while because he does not have a girlfriend, so he's getting to know people. That's what grown-up dating is.
Right,
Olivia,
so
you
it's
care to
only in
express?
school that you
Yep,
say,
yep.
hey, do you want to go out? And that means, like,
dating.
Do you want to be
for
my boyfriend
good.
or girlfriend?
Exclusive.
because kids in 8th grade, or even maybe, I don't know, in 10th grade, do they say, would you like to accompany me for
No.
coffee?
No,
and
it's
then
like
not commit
doubtful.
anything. It's like all or nothing because it's so terrifying to talk to the romantic person. It's like all or nothing. Like, let's just get this all over with. We're dating. But in real grown up life,
No,
it's
you,
one
you,
date
you
at a
sample
time.
the goods.
And as long as you're not telling anybody, as long as you're not telling anybody that this is exclusive, we are boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
You can go on as many dates as you would like to go on, Olivia. And then
Look
you
at the
please,
Match.com commercials, please.
please.
But let's
Okay.
practice our throw into each other.
Yeah, because you did really good, and I interrupted you.
All right.
So Olivia, you're going to be throwing to Rory.
Okay.
Go.
Hey.
How you doing?
No, it's like the Match.com commercials, and they're like, no, there are Match events, and I'm like, I kind of want to go to one, but not for that. They just like go to cooking classes, and that's what I want to do. But it's like they meet like 20 people that night, so you're getting maybe
Speed dating.
but yeah, but it's like you're getting like, okay, if this is all going great, you get like 20 something numbers,
Right.
and it's like you don't get to know them all in that one night, so you go out on another date. That just is how it is. It's not dishonest. Don't make this guy feel bad about himself.
And what does Rory think?
Oh yeah, Rory, you happen.
You happen.
Oh, yeah. I have no response. No, I was gonna say that the fact that they don't know each other just means that this guy's intelligent. That's a smart move.
Or he thinks they don't know each other. They could be really intelligent.
Yeah, it's only a player if you're like committing to these girls
And saying, you're the only one, baby.
Or
And
it's
there's
like
6 of them.
you're doing adult things with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he's
making out with
19.
them, yeah.
He's 19. He's probably in college. That's when you really start.
If you go to-
that's
if
when you
you
start
go-
dating.
If you go to the greeting card store and you say, do you have a card that says you're my one and only? And then they say yes, and you say, can I have 20 of them? That's not my joke, but
If you
it's
if
a-
you've
it's a
ever seen the
good
movie,
joke, though. What?
if you ever seen the movie The Italian Job, there's this guy named Skinny Pete. He's a player.
Oh, I thought that's where the story ended. You were just like, there's a guy.
Well, it's not much more than that. I was just gonna end with he's a player, but
Okay, Maddie?
Okay.
Well, it could be that. There's no information as to how long apart these dates were.
Right.
So-
They could be the same day for
Yeah.
coffee.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, if like, what if he just didn't like the first girl?
So that's fine.
Like, yeah, it's
You
fine.
just
I'm
get
not saying
on
there's
with
anything
your
wrong.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
D-Wall
There's nothing
19,
wrong
you
with
good.
that.
You good, D-Wall.
You should take the next
Kyo?
one tonight.
he should be J-Wall for John Wall.
I was just gonna sum it up with he's good. There's nothing wrong with dating.
Nothing wrong with dating.
He's
Exactly.
a
Just not for
PIMP.
You
Keo.
have to
He
be. You
can't
just have to
date.
let
Is a
them
pimping
know
thing
you're
all
seeing other people, and they will see other
19?
people. That's the understanding until you're exclusive. We are Our Place Out Loud. Give us a call at 888-531-7171. We need a phone call. Did Breeze go to sleep or something?
Yeah,
How
come on,
come she
Breeze.
can call us at like 2 minutes of 8, but she can't call us? Or
Wait,
2 minutes of-
who's the one who calls and talks really delayed?
Oh, she calls on Skype and she can't quite hear us.
Super
Pandas,
Pandas.
yeah.
I'm not being
So I'll go back
quiet.
to the question you liked, Maddie, and you can go first. Live, laugh, love. I need advice. Majorly. I took like 5 or 6 tests on the computer, depression tests, because I have been crying every day for a while now. And the test all said I have major depression. I need to tell my mom about how. Okay, first of all, let's start with, do we trust these tests?
No.
Maddie, did you have an opinion?
No, do not trust the test.
Do not trust the test.
Number one, if you're crying every day, talk to someone. If you don't know how to tell your mom, I guess, based on these tests that you are depressed, if you don't feel comfortable telling your mother that, then find someone who you do trust and ask them like for help.
To me, this is like letting the weatherman tell you it's raining rather than just looking outside. I mean, if
It's
you're
true.
crying, you're depressed. Jakey.
No, that's
Well,
so far.
situationally.
No. I like have a really strong feeling about that.
It's not raining?
What?
Jakey.
Let the controversy. Ryan's talk about the controversy first.
Okay. Just after like I've never really been really clear about what I've been through on the show, but ultimately I'll just be like I'll give a vague like touching on it so that people can get an idea without taking an hour.
Okay.
I went through a lot of trauma in my life, and eventually that affected me in a way where I ended up going to a therapeutic boarding school where I was living with 23 other boys, and we all had our own issues, and we all knew each other, and we were all, for the most part, really good friends, and I'm still in touch with them. But you see, like, everything when you're there, from depression to, I don't know, from, everything. And I would say that people use depression as such a word that's so when someone says like I'm literally starving, you're not starving, you know what I mean, you're hungry. I feel like depression is kind of used like that because depression is a lot more significant than people tend to think it is, and as someone who's been depressed, it's a lot different than just being sad or even crying every day. It's so different from that.
It used to be before it became a clinical diagnosis. Before it became a clinical diagnosis, you used to walk in a room and say, "I just feel really depressed right now."
But you feel depressed, but you're not depressed.
there-
Right,
Yeah,
but
there's
the
a
word
total
depression
difference.
means I feel down,
It
and they've turned it.
doesn't.
It's you have to put the word clinical in front of it for it to be like a medical diagnosis.
But then, like, the other thing is when you go online, there's like, that's my stance on it. And the other thing I was going to say about that is that a therapist not only is accurate, but they can help you get through what if it is real depression. They can help you get through that. They can help you get through your sadness, and they can help you with a medication if that's what you need.
So
but Olivia, what
I was saying is no, because we're going to go to Jake after I talk.
Oh.
What I was saying is if she feels sad and she's crying every day, I don't need to have a title. I need for her to tell her mom,
I agree
not
with
take
that.
an online test.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. That's
There's
what
an
she should
issue.
do.
I just don't think it's I don't think that means it's depression. I just
Okay, it
as
could
an
be
unrelated topic. She may be depressed.
Okay, she's
generalized
sad.
sadness, but
Right.
it's still something that I don't want her crying every day.
I
Well,
agree
she can't-
totally.
Okay.
Jakey.
Okay, one, don't trust online tests. I've diagnosed myself with like multiple personality disorder and crazy things like that.
It's true.
Two, if you're crying every day, it might not be because you're clinically depressed. You might just be like being bullied. That's not being depressed. That's you're surrounded by assholes. That's not your
Situational.
fault. That's not something
Situational.
that's actually wrong with you. That's people they're just being stupid. So no matter what's making you cry every day, you should probably tell your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't say I'm depressed. Say if there's a reason that's making you sad, you tell the reason.
If you're crying every day, that's certainly a symptom of sadness, and we don't have to give it a title. You're crying, and that's not good,
Right.
Olivia.
Okay. First off, I agree with everyone. Do not trust these online tests. It's like reading your horoscope honestly.
Really?
I mean,
Those are real.
Oh God! Don't even start.
okay, no, but like this
That's
is
awesome.
actually serious for a second. I mean, okay, you can't diagnose yourself with depression. You can have a feeling maybe, but you could also have just now convinced yourself you were depressed because something told you that you are.
Right.
And I'm sorry, like you can convince yourself that you have cancer, but you don't.
Right.
Like if you read all the symptoms, you're like, oh, my head hurts, my eyes are blurry, and then you look on WebMD and it says, oh, you have cancer. You can convince yourself you have cancer, and you can freak out.
You can totally freak yourself
All
out
right.
by trying to diagnose yourself online.
So that
when
could
really-
be it too, and now you're trying to fit a mold because something told you that you are that. Also, tell your mom. Don't tell her you took these online tests though, because she will not take it seriously. Because I do not take you seriously right now.
Well, you could tell her that you took them because you were so desperate for some sort of solution. Because you're a kid and you're going to be curious, and
I mean,
where do
I
kids go when they're
guess.
curious now? They go online. Maddie, I forget your names. There's a lot of you.
My name's Theo.
Your name's Theo.
And
Maddie.
I'm Ryan.
So the question was, but how? And I
Okay.
think that we should probably try to focus around.
But how?
That-
Let's get back to the but how. You're right. Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like
stay
how
focused.
is you could probably start with, I need to talk to you about something,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel helpless, and I really need you to understand and help me.
Help me, Mom. I've been crying every day. Rory.
No, yeah, that's good, and therapy is a good thing, and people kind of look at it negatively. A lot of people do, and they feel embarrassed, and there's really nothing to be embarrassed about. I feel like everyone in the world should honestly go to therapy. Everyone could use it, not people who are quote unquote crazy or whatnot. But in the same way you can convince yourself that you have depression, you can also convince yourself that you don't have depression, because who wants to be depressed? So I don't think it's for you to, if you feel like something is wrong, I think you shouldn't try to diagnose yourself. You should go to a therapist. And you know what? Also, some therapists suck and some are good. You got to try them out. Kind of like dating, like we were talking about before. But
You can have
seriously,
multiple
it's
therapists, and you're not a
yeah,
player.
you can have multiple therapists.
yeah.
As long as
But,
it's just for coffee.
Yeah, takes-
And can I just say something? This is going to sound. I have a friend who was telling me about the Al-Anon meetings that he goes to, and Al-Anon is for if you are related to someone who has problem with alcohol. But it was like making me feel like everyone should go to Al-Anon, because like a lot of adults don't feel like there's anyone they can just be completely vulnerable around, like a group of people around whom you can be completely vulnerable and everyone's going to be supportive. That's the kind of community we're trying to create in our place for young people, and hopefully continue as they grow up with us. But gosh, it certainly would be great if there were that kind of group that everyone could go to and just say, I just feel really sad today because someone looked at me and I was sure that they were thinking about me. And I know they probably weren't, but so why am I so sensitive? It'd be just so great if everyone could do that. Go ahead, Maddie.
That group should be your family.
It should be.
It should be, and that's why I use should.
But what
because
if
it
it's
doesn't
not?
Always. Well, I mean,
Benji won't even talk to you while he's driving.
it's true. Well, he's not supposed to, but my parents
Okay,
told
he's
him
not
not
supposed
to.
I'm driving, Maddie.
Well, yeah, but that does happen. But I mean, I feel like if you really feel like there is absolutely no one in your life you can say something honest to, I don't actually know how to help that, but
But the
okay.
thing about the
Theo.
Al-Anon,
Oh, thank you, Maddie.
but
So
the thing
sorry,
about those
Wizzy.
meetings is they're so organized and there's a leader and everyone is supposed to talk. Whereas your
Okay.
family, like everyone gets really busy and
But even if you don't have anybody in your life, it helps to get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I agree.
you're just holding this all inside,
right.
and it's just going to get worse if you don't get it out in some way. Non-violent, non-hurt, just telling somebody that you think you trust.
Say
I
it
mean,
to your wall
Let's
if you
see
have
what
to.
Breeze thinks. Hello, Breeze. Hello, Breeze.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have something to share?
Actually, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. So there's this boy. There's always a boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, according to my friend, who went up to him today, and and she was like, "Hey, you know Gabby?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You like her, don't you?" And he kind of like said, "No," and then he ran off. So apparently he likes me.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
What?
And but I don't even like have his number, and we're like friends, but I can't text him. I can't do anything. And spring break is next week, and I don't even know. So basically, I need motivation for
Okay.
asking
Olivia's
him
hand is
for
up.
his number, because I'm a total awkward person when it comes
Okay.
to this kind of
You
stuff.
already know that he
Shy.
likes you, so you're in the clear. Just walk up to him, be like, "Hey, so spring break's next week. Maybe you want to hang out? Okay, cool. Let's exchange numbers and hook it up. Bye."
yeah.
With the finger pointing.
Mm-hmm.
No, honestly, that's it. Like you're good. Like you're good.
You're good.
Yeah. He's not going to say no.
Ryan.
No, he's not.
I feel bad being this constant downing devil's advocate, but what if he just I don't know, like if
Then you still have his number.
no,
Whatever.
not that.
No,
Not you didn't even
what
know
if
what I was
he
gonna say.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say that if a girl like came up to me and was like, "So you like my best friend?" and I didn't, but like I didn't know the girl that well, I'd probably be like, "No," and then I just like,
But would you run?
Ouch.
okay, I don't know if I'd
He
run.
scampered.
No, we're like
Aw, that's so
friends.
cute.
Oh, you're
Not
okay.
like-
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, then you're in the clear. Just,
Yeah, you're good.
just you're clear for takeoff.
Just let's do this.
Whoosh.
Get his number before spring break.
Keo.
Ask him out.
I mean, Breeze, you're gonna have to do something brave. You have
I
two choices.
know.
You go into spring break without the kid's number, or you take a chance and you get the kid's number.
Oh, and you're gonna hang out and go to a movie? Ooh.
Wait,
be
besides your
Canadian?
friends, friends are allowed to have each other's
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a
Well,
boy.
yeah,
I can't
know.
have you.
The thing, like, I haven't found, in quote unquote the moment.
There's
Well,
no
Oh, okay.
moment.
The
okay.
moment you
The
make
next
that
time you
moment.
see him is the moment.
Breeze, like, okay, when I asked someone out for the first time, it was one of those things where it was like, I know this is so beyond easier said than done, but it's like, you either do it and it goes badly, which is no, or it's awkward. For you, it's not even going to be no, because he likes you and you're friends, so he's going to give you his number. It might be a little awkward. Or you do it and it's
You either
smooth. And that's
okay,
it. It's just
no, it's
that
only
you either do
awkward
it or
if
you
you
don't.
make it awkward. If you build it up in your head. Honestly, hey Co, can I have your number?
Oh my God, sure. I like you so much.
Oh my
wait,
god.
Hey,
I have a
Olivia,
really
do you want to
good
hang out
line.
this spring break?
I'm sorry.
I have
Yeah.
a really
Wait,
good
I don't have your
line.
number. What is it?
Okay.
What's-
I have a really good
Do
line.
you like
818.
goldfish?
You walk
Can I
up
have
to
your-
him with your phone, Breeze. You walk up to him with your phone, and you go, "There's something wrong with my phone."
No,
And he's
terrible
gonna
pickup
go,
line.
"What?" And you go,
No.
"It doesn't contain your number."
Oh
Terrible
yeah,
pickup
that's a
line.
good one.
That's a
That's a good
terrible
one. That's
pickup line.
adorable. No,
Oh my
okay,
God, that's
perfect
ridiculous.
example. 6 seconds before the show started, not exactly 6 seconds. It was more like a half hour. Like Ryan over there, he was on his phone. He was Snapchatting away, and I was like, "Hey, snap me!" And now we're Snapchatting, and it's gonna happen all
That
day.
is so cute. Like super. That's amazing. Right?
But like, but like, I mean, like that's like one of those cheesy pickup lines. Like, do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk by again? Or like,
That's my favorite one. though.
Sometimes that
Cute.
works. I mean,
sometimes. I
like-
mean, and then there's like, there's so many. I know so many.
that's
I
not
shouldn't.
too important how you say it. Just
Just
get
get
out
it
with
out.
You gotta walk up and just be like, "What's your number?"
I mean,
I don't know your number.
if he likes you, then he likes you.
If it
doesn't
were
matter.
easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. I mean, some things that are easy are worth doing, like rolling over. But other things, it's like, why not? You know. But some
Is
things
there
like
an intention to rolling over? Like, does it achieve
if you're sick of
something?
a certain position,
Yeah.
you just should roll over. But but love, It's not supposed to be easy.
It's not like rolling over.
No, it isn't.
Well, but
Maddie.
Well.
Oh, look, it's Attic Empire right here in the building.
What?
Come on in, boys.
Oh, they're here.
All
This
of
is
them?
just like,
Yo.
hey, yo.
Two
okay.
minutes left.
Well,
It's
Oh, there's
Robert
only
and
two of
Tyler.
them.
What are you doing?
There's only two
Well,
of them.
Maddie?
well, the way a guy did it when he was, I guess, trying to get my number is he asked me for homework help. He said he said I need help with homework and I don't have your number. Can I have it? And
I want to hug that whole
And then
story.
Did he text you? Did he
Yeah.
text you not about homework?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Hi," and I was like, "So which homework did you need help with?" And I was like, "Oh, we had homework," and I was like, "Really?"
I
it
love
was
it.
kind of funny. But
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Anyone else? We've got 1 more minute of wisdom to
Oh. I went up to someone and said, "I don't have your number. What's your number?"
Yeah, so
That
did
worked.
I.
go.
Or like, oh, I hate it. Oh no, that's a lie. I don't hate it. But guys like text, like say, "Oh my God, can I see your phone?" I'm like, "Here," and then I see that they put their number in and they call
that's
themselves.
really annoying.
I don't
Sometimes
do
I
that.
don't like that.
Yeah, that's-
you know,
Yeah,
because
that's
I don't
annoying.
really want some of
All
their
right, so
numbers.
for next week, I want all your parents to
But I
call
don't
and
want
tell
your
the story of how they first talked to the person they wound up marrying, because I think those stories would be awesome to get. We are Our Place Out
Unless
Loud.
they're
I am
divorced, then we
Louise
don't want
Palenka. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Oh,